Hello YouTube and fellow Star Wars collectors! On this episode of Toys Are the Way, we will be taking a look at some potential characters from The Mandalorian Season 3 that should be released in the Vintage Collection sooner rather than later. There is an abundance of past and present media that Hasbro needs to stay on top of, and as I like to say, collections are built on hope. This is a series on the channel where we can share our thoughts about figures we either still need in the Vintage Collection or would like to see, so be sure to drop a like on this video and leave a comment down below about which characters so far from The Mandalorian Season 3 you think Hasbro should focus on and work quickly to add to our collections. We are now halfway through the season and there are a number of amazing creatures, vehicles, and characters that would provide a variety of world-building possibilities for our shelves and displays. Let's begin with the Armorer and her forge. Fortunately, we have the Armorer in TVC, but I have always been disappointed with her lack of a softgoods Shaw. It limits her range of motion, and overall just does not look great. I've really enjoyed all the forge scenes, shaping Beskar, and this would be a neat world-building accessory and give Hasbro another shot at a softgoods release. Additionally, Grogu could be included as a pack-in with his new Beskar chestplate, or maybe even Bo-Katan with her updated shoulder armor, although I am curious to see where her story goes in the rest of the season, and that figure would be an easy repaint or exclusive in the future. Season 3 has really given us a closer look at the Covert Mandalorians. We were first introduced to some of these warriors in the first season, but now that the Covert has been relocated from the dark sewers in Navarro, we are getting a much better look at them. There is a lot of potential here for some incredible troop building 4-packs, and fortunately Hasbro has the tooling to make this happen. If you take a close look at these Mandalorians, nearly all of their designs are kit bashes of our existing Din Djarin's, Bo-Katans, and Death Watch Mandalorians. Hasbro would simply need to add unique soft goods, match the colorful paint schemes, and slightly modify some of their jetpacks to match what is seen on screen. Typically, the Vintage Collection Army Building 4-packs are meant for multiple purchases and increasing ranks within our collections. If Hasbro wanted to promote multiple purchases of this item, I think the inclusion of extra unique capes and jetpacks could allow fans to swap heads, weapons, and create additional Covert members, and would promote ordering multiples of this set. Naturally, Greef Karga had to go and update his look again, as his duties and responsibilities continue to grow on Navarro. The High Magistrate Karga seems like a simple repaint of the existing figure we currently have in the Vintage Collection. While that figure was decent, I would prefer to see soft goods for this new look. A double-sided print similar to Lando Calrissian would be exceptional, especially if we were to get his new protocol droid as well. Although I could not stress enough that we need to see Greef Karga's Season 1 look before anything else. That is a big omission from our Mandalorian collections and was my favorite look of his so far. One aspect of The Mandalorian that I've thoroughly enjoyed since the beginning is the alien presence. Fan favorites such as Trandoshans, Aqualish, Quarren, and Niktos have had considerable screen time. Season 3 has introduced us to the Nikto character Vane and his fellow pirates, who demand a drink from a Navarro schoolhouse and refuse to take no for an answer. Needless to say, these pirates are some real scum and villainy, and Hasbro really needs to get us these figures. But I do not want to see them kit bashed from existing skiff guards with swivel hips. We need to move past that type of articulation in the modern line. Perhaps some of the existing tooling from Cassian Andor's baggy pants and light cruiser Luke's boots could be utilized to get us fully articulated versions of these pirates. If we end up getting Vane or a few of these alien pirates, we will surely need someone to lead them. Pirate King Gorian Shard definitely looks like something out of Pirates of the Caribbean, but I kinda like it. If it were the Kenner days, I could envision his card back reading Seaweed or Algae Man, and looking fantastic next to releases such as Squidhead, Walrus Man, Hammerhead, or even Frog Lady. I'm curious to see how the rest of the season turns out, and how ruthless this character truly is. I anticipated that the Order 66 flashback this season would be amazing, but never thought it would be as incredible as what we got. At last we learned who saved Grogu from the Jedi Temple, Kelleran Beq. This Jedi Protector was portrayed by Ahmed Best, who originally played Jar Jar Binks in the prequel movies. These rescue scenes were phenomenal, and we will absolutely need this character released in the Vintage Collection as soon as possible. Hopefully there's been a new Jedi mold in the works since the Kenobi series, because that would easily allow Hasbro to deliver this amazing character sooner rather than later. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I personally would like to see a Peli figure. The more we see this character build a relationship with the Mandalorian, the more I want to see her make her way into the Vintage Collection. I would gladly take this character as a deluxe offering with a set of pit droids R5 and Treadwheel. She is really becoming an essential world building character for many scenes throughout the series. Then we have the Alamites. These troll-like creatures seem to be a real nuisance on Mandalore, and certainly put up a fight against Din and Bo-Katan during their adventures down in the mines. While I don't think we'll see these interesting brutes make their way into the Vintage Collection, it would be really cool to see them. But with the limited mainline slots, they seem very unlikely. Moving on, let's talk about creatures and vehicles. I have really enjoyed seeing more of Mando's N1 Starfighter in action during this series, and I cannot wait to see more details about this announced Vintage Collection vehicle. I really hope it's in the works and will be making its way into our collections as soon as possible. The pirate gang led by Gorian Shard had some pretty awesome starfighters themselves. These lightning-quick ships really posed a threat to the Mandalorian as they battled through the asteroid belt. I would love to see these ships added to our Mandalorian collections. Unfortunately, it seems less likely given how many brand new vehicles we have seen released lately, but you never know. Although, if I had to choose, I would have to go with this next vehicle. Bo-Katan's Mandalorian Gauntlet Starfighter really delivered an incredible performance in Chapter 19 as it evaded a squadron of TIE Interceptors in hot pursuit. We have seen this vehicle in the Clone Wars Rebels in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and now I want it more than ever. Mission Fleet already has this Starfighter, and it would be a shame not to get this one into the Vintage Collection. TVC fans absolutely need this one in their Mandalorian displays. The Mandalorian continues to shine light on creatures of the galaxy, some of them familiar, but many of them new to Star Wars media and the universe. I would really like to see creatures make their way back into our collections. They are essential world-building components, and it has been far too long since we have seen them released. Sadly, we are still waiting on a Blurg or Mudhorn from Season 1, and I cannot express how frustrating that is. The Sea Monster and Raptors are very cool beasts, no doubt, and as much as I would like to see these new creatures added to my collection, they don't seem very likely. On the other hand, I do think the Mythosaur could be a possibility depending on its role in the show, but it is also a massive beast, and given the backlog, I sadly don't think we will see this iconic creature either, but you never know. I hope you've enjoyed this video and taking a look at some potential figures, vehicles, and creatures from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Hopefully one day we'll see these characters make their way into our shelf displays. But until then, remember that collections are built on hope. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments down below about what characters so far you would like to see from Season 3 of The Mandalorian. And be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. It really helps and is always greatly appreciated. Thanks everyone, and may the Force be with you.